Whoa! Hello, my friend. Welcome to the highest bitrate and the highest resolution episode ever of the Don't Be Serious podcast. We have finally ditched Zoom after the fiasco that happened the other day, where a couple of Chinese Protestants got their accounts banned. We decided to finally ditch Zoom and switch to Discord and OBS. And as you can hear, that my audio is also crystal clear for the first time because I am using a blue snowball. So anyways, that long introduction is done. We are your hosts. My name is Amber. And then we have Romit. And we have Yash. So with that out of the way, let's see what today's topic is. So today we have a topic that I think is quite relevant for a lot of people out there. So you might have heard of this small website called YouTube, and you might have known that there are people who have made careers out of it, making YouTube videos as their entire career. In fact, I have seen whole companies which operate wholly and solely based on the fact that they have a YouTube channel. So that's that, and that's our discussion. Basically, we are gonna talk about what it's like to be a YouTuber or having YouTube as a career, because we ourselves are trying to actually become, monetized YouTubers, because we're students. We don't have any source of revenue right now, and we are also trying our best to open a production house. Camera 7 Productions coming soon, TM. One thing that I have to say about choosing YouTube as a career is I personally don't prefer YouTube as a career, to be very honest. If I had a team, I would certainly not be turning to YouTube as a source of monetization whatsoever. I will be blunt, because the thing with YouTube is the monetization and the revenue system it's very complicated and rather a little difficult, shall we say. So the problem is that you might have heard that YouTubers are complaining about their videos getting demonetized. YouTubers are complaining that their videos aren't making enough revenue, and that some videos make a lot of revenue, some videos make barely any revenue. It's all because of the algorithm that there's this one thing which I noticed, which was that YouTube will give certain videos a more preferential treatment compared to other videos, primarily because of the topic. So for example, let's just say we make a video on filmmaking, and we make a video on technology. The technology video will definitely do a lot better than the filmmaking video. So that's the main problem with YouTube, because there's a small trade-off. You either become popular and make what you don't want to make, or you make what you want to make and may risk yourself not being popular enough. Like case in point, which we have noticed with Camera 7. So we have been uploading the last 10 episodes of Don't Be Serious, and I'll be honest with you, because all the episodes are so varied in topics, they have sort of harmed our channel a lot, and that's why we've actually been apprehensive about doing certain topics. Because of which, starting last episode, we are going to release some episodes as audio only, and some episodes that will be sort of relevant to filmmaking or YouTube, they will be uploaded here on the channel. Otherwise, we have a second channel which is called the Don't Be Serious Archive. So that's a channel where we will post all the episodes of the Don't Be Serious podcast, and we will always have the channel linked in the YouTube description as well, and maybe we'll have it linked in the Spotify description as well. And the second thing is, of course, the revenue. Like I said before, that a lot of YouTubers are having their videos demonetized. It's very difficult because some videos might do brilliant, some videos might do terrible, so the revenue is sort of fluctuating a lot. These are the two reasons why I actually didn't even decide to start a YouTube channel. But anyways, I think I've rambled on long enough. Anybody has any thoughts about this?
This I think the YouTube bar has been set much higher. Camera 7 was started. Our channel was monetized for couple of months because you needed only 10,000 views, total channel views, to get your channel monetized. So Camera 7 had 24 rupees earnings. Then after that, YouTube came with, you need to have a minimum of 1,000 subscribers, 240,000 hours of watch time in 1 year. Then only your channel can be monetized. And that was a huge blow for many YouTubers. That actually killed a lot of small YouTubers' morale and creativity. But at the same time, the earnings at the lower level of the monetization is barely anything. You can't survive on that. YouTube nowadays as a career, it is very difficult to only depend on YouTube. For example, David Dobrik, he's a very famous YouTube celebrity. He used to earn millions from YouTube. Now his earnings have dropped 10 to 15 times less, and that's a drastic fall. So I think as a career itself, only you as a YouTuber is a little bit, I would say, nowadays you can't depend on it. So you need to have a
Other
different source of
venues.
income along with the YouTube channel, I think, and then you can actually make YouTube a successful career. No matter how much the income fall from YouTube, it has a lot of potential in your marketing, in your showing your creativity, and still there is no replacement for YouTube. No, not only you can earn from YouTube only from advertisement. You have Patreon, you have different types of merchandise, sponsorship. So there are different source of income, affiliation from Amazon. So still there is a lot of opportunity there in YouTube. It is now becoming more and more crowded, this space, and competition is getting tougher. Can't only depend on YouTube. I feel you need to have different source of income.
There's two things actually that I want to point out. First of all is do you guys know, okay, I'm pretty sure a lot of us know about Linus Tech Tips. So Linus's majority of the revenue actually does not come from the very fact that his channel is monetized. Majority of his revenue actually comes from the sponsorships this guy receives. and and it's not like it's a small difference. No, apparently I think there's like a 10 to 15%, he gets 10 to 15% more revenue than YouTube's AdSense. So AdSense is like not even in his top 3 sources of revenue. And I feel like the second thing, which is that YouTube changed its monetization policy. You might say that it's a blow to the YouTube channels, YouTube creators, but I'll be honest with you, I feel like it has done two things. First of all, there are some channels that have a slightly more nefarious sort of objective. Like case in point, there were certain channels that were spreading content for pedophilia. This whole change in YouTube's policy has acted as a deterrent to these kind of channels. Not that it will stop them from making it, but it will definitely delay the inevitable, and it will for sure sort of eliminate them before even they can get monetized. And another thing which I noticed about this whole YouTube changing its monetization policy, which is that it has actually eliminated those who are doing it casually. Those who are serious about it and really want to make a living out of this, they are the ones who will now push themselves hard. Not someone like me, but someone like Romit, because he really wants. Okay, not someone. Okay, then maybe not someone like me, but somebody else who really wants to become a YouTuber. And one more thing that I have noticed about YouTube is that if you are a filmmaker, a video editor of any sort, YouTube acts as a sort of a resume, don't you think?
So I think I have more of a kind of a conclusive statement regarding all this, idea of YouTube as a career. So my first idea is, YouTube has at least given you the platform to really channel your creative energies and make use of out of it, and also make you believe that this is not as a kind of a curricular kind of an experience, like a cultural experience, but you can actually gain profit out of it and gain a good amount of money out of it. What it also does not really share that well is that the whole idea of this YouTube, there's a certain bar. You have to touch that bar in order to get that payment. I'll talk in terms of artists. Okay, any artist, actors, musicians, singers, dancers, anybody. No one specifically relies on YouTube to gain their earning. YouTube, I believe, is kind of a starting platform. Specifically, if you are, I'll say, if you are very kind of a shy kind of a person, then YouTube is really a good platform for you to really explore and see what you can do with it. But once you are done with it, then obviously you have to go for other perspectives as well. So YouTube is a starting platform to help you gain that initial feeling that you have a certain creative aspect that you can share with the world. And you have to mention the fact that even singers like Ed Sheeran, okay, why even go Ed Sheeran? Justin Bieber got viral when that Go Sick video happened. And how did that really got viral? Because fans were like, who is this person? So that aspect of YouTube, you cannot ignore it. And yes, I think the whole idea of regulations behind that YouTube, that has really changed. I was also kind of unhappy when that subscriber thing happened with us, because you were like, yeah, this is going to happen so easily. And then suddenly the bar was so high range that we were like, you were kind of in a kind of problem with it. But that's the thing really. YouTube is just like life. You have to take risks in life, and YouTube is that risk. So if you are ready to take that risk, you can go for it, or you can do something else and do it as a side business. But you cannot completely rely on YouTube without thinking that this is like a desperate situation and I'm taking that risk.
Yeah.
That is like one opinion I feel very strongly about.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, so when I look at these channels like Linus Tech Tips, C4E Tech, Casey Neistat's YouTube channel, I honestly feel like these guys should definitely use YouTube as a secondary source of income rather than a primary source of income, or perhaps as a sort of a hobby, because they can definitely see YouTube as a hobby. Because someone like Casey Neistat, he can make films during the day and like hobbyist YouTuber by the night, and I feel like that would be interesting.
I have a very interesting question. What do you guys think parents feel regarding YouTube as a career? Do you think YouTube parents would really accept the idea that you want to do a YouTube channel? Because let's see, we all have parents, and how would they react when you think about YouTube as a career?
I think initially everyone will be apprehensive, every parent. But if you start earning quite well,
exactly.
every parent will say, "Yeah, it's a good career." So it's all about perspective and all about time. If your parents give you time and support, then that is enough, I would say. Of course, they will be apprehensive, and it is a normal thing to be apprehensive because YouTube is an unstable career, even as any other media job, the freelance job, I would say. So, if your parents give you time and support, that's a big thing. You should thank yourself, because many of the parents, especially in India, don't want their children to go for any very very unstable job or unstable careers.
Yeah.
So, for example, we know what jobs are very popular in India. You should have a conversation with your parents and have a good trust with them, so that it all goes well, and I'm sure they will understand.
When I was a kid, I actually wanted to be an engineer, but both of my parents were convinced that I will do something in the creative field, and here I am making a podcast, editing this podcast, and then ideating and then shooting and editing films with Team Camera 7. I actually honestly had a daydream that I will be in a lab with white coat, and I'll be pouring chemicals and sort of trying to create cures and all that. Nope, none of that happened. Here I am shooting an episode of the Don't Be Serious, and here I am every single week editing it. By the way, there's one more thing that is sort of going a little bit off tangent, but there are some YouTubers that just make me go, oh, that is so annoying. Case in point, someone I know basically posted a video on YouTube where her sister did some makeup on her face. What she did was she ended up sharing it. She spent about 8 hours shooting, editing and promoting the video. Okay. I'm not kidding, 8 or 10 hours, or maybe like a day or two at best, shooting, editing, and promoting the video and ideating. Guess how many views she got after 3 days? 1,000.
It's not about getting viral in one video. It's about the consistency. If you can put videos like this every week, then that's achievement. Not like if you have a one viral video every year, then it won't help you.
Yeah.
That is my aspect. But yeah, some people get lucky with that.
Yeah, and the worst part is, look at us. We have to promote the video every living day of our lives. We have to ideate it. We have to create the ideation. And do you know what the worst part is? How many views we get? 35 after 2 weeks. And we lose 10 subscribers. So what do you guys think about this whole debacle? Let us know down there in the comments below. Please, for the love of all that's only subscribe to Team Camera 7. We work so hard on this content.
Yes.
You guys don't even know. So anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Bye guys.